Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be sharing some makeup and beauty empties that I have used up. Of course, that's what empties are. If you are curious about what is on my eyes today, I did film this eye look today using the Dido Cosmetics Galaxy shade palette. I did this look and then kind of shared my first impressions, thoughts on this palette and the three others that I received from Dido Cosmetics. That video should already be live, so if you haven't seen it and you are interested to learn about this brand and see this look, I will link that video for you guys in the eye to check out. But anyways, I'm going to film today's video the same way I did my last one, just because I don't want these videos to be too long. They tend to be a little bit too boring in my opinion when they're too long. So what I'm going to do is set a timer for 20 minutes. Last time I ended up having to go over that time a little bit. I don't want to do that today, so I'm really going to try to stick to the 20 minutes. I have a lot of beauty empties, but I'm just going to try to get through what I can get through within that 20 minutes, and then we're just going to stop. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, to start off, I have a few beauty sponges. So I have 4 actually of these. I think they're like contouring makeup sponges. These are from Beauty Junkies, and several of them are quite dirty because I just didn't bother rewashing them after the last use. These are among my very, very favorite makeup sponges. I find that I'm just gonna go ahead and set those ones out and I carry all 4 of them, but Beauty Junkies is a really great brand. If you don't know, I do work for Beauty Junkies, but that's not why I'm talking about them. I genuinely love their beauty tools. I find that their quality is really, really great. I feel like it's very high up there, comparable with Sigma, but much more affordable prices. Now let me look over here so I can remember the price, but they have a variety of different kinds of makeup sponges, but this is one of my favorites. But you can get one sponge for $7, but if you buy them in a bundle set, you're saving a lot more money. So you can buy 2 for $12 or 4 for $15, which I think is a really great deal. But I think they say to like replace these every, is it either 3 to 6 months or whatever, but I've had these ones literally for 2 years and they've been going strong, doing really great, but they're finally at a spot where they need to be done and they need to go, because they're starting to like, when I apply my makeup, they're leaving a little bit of little black spots from the sponges, but they've lasted me such a long time. They're really great quality sponges. I really love the shape of this one. I know it's very similar to the Real Techniques orange makeup sponge, and that used to be my favorite before I discovered these ones. Really, the quality is pretty much the exact same, but since I started working for Beauty Junkies and using their products, I just really loved being able to purchase a bundle of them at a great deal and things like that. So anyways, I always recommend these sponges. This is one that I love to use for a variety of different things. Because it has this flat edge, I like to use it for applying foundation, but I also love to use this flat edge when I was cleaning up my like contour like this. I think you guys, I'm sure, have seen me use this sponge countless times on my channel. It also has this more pointed edge right here, so you can get under and get your concealer and things like that. It's just a great sponge, one of my very favorites. Love the price point, obviously love the brand, and just so you guys know, it is a small business, woman-owned brand, so I really love that and really love working for them, but really love this sponge. Next up, I have a couple more sponges as well that are just totally done for. These are the original Juno & Co. microfiber sponges. I did purchase these myself, I think over a year ago now. I actually happened to purchase them before they really got hyped up, before Nikki Tutorials, I think, did her review, and then Juno & Co. totally blew up. That I did do a first impressions video / review kind of a thing on my channel using these, and I did generally really enjoy these sponges, but the one downside is that I feel like they're very, very difficult to wash, and so you can maybe you can tell, but this one has gotten to a point where I've washed it so much that a lot of the microfiber bits is like just really, really worn off. And then this one I had like a little accident with. I think the very first time I used it trying to wash it, where I was really trying to scrub it and picked a little spot off it. But anyways, I still used it, but it just has gotten quite old and quite worn away. Anyways, I did enjoy these so much that I did end up repurchasing some more of these sponges, and I saw that Juno & Co. also had a cleanser for their sponges, so I did pick up that, but I actually have not tried it yet. I still have these new in the bag, but I figured since I had such a hard time washing those sponges myself that I would give their specific what is it, solid cleansing bar a try. So it's like this, and like I said, I purchased this myself, that I actually haven't given it a try because in addition to the sponges that I purchased, I also purchased their cloud sponge, and that's been the main one I've been using. I really love their cloud sponge, but I'm just going to show you that I had picked up, these are little minis of their rosé microfiber sponge. And then I decided to grab their lemon drop microfiber sponge, which I don't think there's really a big difference. They're just the different colors, but they do say that some are a little bit softer than the blue one. So I guess I didn't, and I thought I did, but I guess I didn't grab another of the blue, but I grabbed the rosé colored one and then the lavender one and then two of the cloud sponges, and I end up loving the cloud sponges so much that I've been using those and haven't tried the newer microfiber sponges. But anyways, I will eventually get around to using those, but those old blue ones were just really wearing away. And then just so you guys know, if you didn't know already, I did recently end up becoming an affiliate with Juno & Co, and I have received some PR from them and things like that, but these specific products I purchased myself and really have enjoyed them. So anyways, that being said, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, I have these two from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I purchased these myself. This is their Smooth and Set Eye Powder. I purchased these actually on Ulta, and I thought I had actually purchased the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. It used to be one of my favorite setting powders for under the eyes, and I would mix it in a little powder concoction with this, well, what I thought was this, and then the Midnight Banana Powder, and it was a beautiful under eye setting powder. But anyways, when my order came in, it was these, and it was totally different than what I was used to. And I talked about this already before when I did that haul video a while back, but I ended up using these up in my little concoction powder, but they weren't quite what I thought they were, and I won't be repurchasing these. I'm really sad because I don't know if this is like their rebranding of this type of product, but it's definitely not the same, and so it was really disappointing to me. All right, moving on to another powder. This is the Milani Multi-tasker powder. This has been in my makeup basket for the last several months, me using it up. This used to be my very favorite drugstore pressed setting powder, but as far as I know, this is not available anymore. I think they discontinued it, so I'm really sad, but I did finally use up the last one I had. I used to buy these in bulk because I couldn't find them at my local CVS, so I'd have to order online, so I would usually order like 5 or so at a time, and this was the last one that I had left in my collection. And when I went to order this on, because usually when I got down to my last one, I'll go and order some more, but when I went online on their website to order more, they weren't available anymore, and it made me so sad. But anyways, finally used this up. This was such a good powder. I don't know why they would have discontinued it. Makes me so sad. Okay, and this is something that I just recently used up. If you watch my makeup basket for this month, you will have seen this already, but this is the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. This is a really great setting spray. It is one of my favorites. I like the way it mists out. There's something really special about the mist. You can't see now because it's gone, obviously. I don't know why I always try to spray things out. But it still misted out very well. It really set my makeup in place. It has a mattifying effect, but not something that really makes your skin feel too tight and dry. It's just a very almost natural matte setting spray, and I really liked it a lot, and I really do feel like it helped my makeup last quite a bit longer throughout the day. And so right now I have my drawer overflowing with setting sprays, so I do not need any new setting sprays at this point. But when I do dwindle down my collection of setting sprays and use up more of what I have, this will be a setting spray that I would love to repurchase because it is among my favorites. Moving on, I have some foundations. These have been in here for quite a while because these are ones that I've had for a long time. They were in my very first original makeup basket when I first started the series, which is really only like back in June, I think, is when I first did my first makeup basket. Anyways, and I knew I wanted to use these up. These are the Lancome Tint Idol makeup sticks, and I love these so much, but they are so expensive. I think it's like $42 for this little stick. So I made these last so long because I knew they were so expensive, and I really loved them. So I ended up only using them on special occasions, and then it got to a point where they were expired, but I still wanted to use them up, so I put them in my makeup basket and was determined to just finish them up. So anyways, I have a couple in here. There might even be another one in there. because two or three of them were my foundation shades throughout the year. So as I got darker in the summer, I'd switch to darker shades, and as I got lighter in the winter and things like that, I'd switch to lighter shades. And then I had a darker one that I would use sometimes for cream contouring. But this is such a great foundation. Let me see, it says that it is a all day wear comfort matte, soft matte finish, and it truly is. In my opinion, this goes on and it looks so very natural on the skin. It does, even though it's a cream product, it has this almost like cream to powder type kind of finish, and it just looks so very natural on the skin, gives really beautiful coverage, feels natural on the skin, very, very comfortable. Just a really, really great foundation. So this, I love these foundations so much. For the time being, they won't be a foundation that I repurchase, maybe in the future, because I do really love them so much, but I just have so many foundations right now. I definitely don't need any, and because of the price of those ones and how little product you get, even though I did manage to stretch them out for quite a long time. Anyways, I feel like I definitely don't need to buy new foundations, so I won't be repurchasing those anytime soon, but really, really love them. Okay, let's move on. I have a lip gloss that I finally used up. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Kiss Assist Plumping Lip Gloss. You guys know me, I'm a sucker for lip glosses, especially if they're plumping lip glosses. I love. This is among one of my favorite types of plumping lip glosses. I think it's a very nice gloss, not too sticky, but stays on the lips very nicely. It has a slight tingling effect, but not too intense. I'm someone who actually loves a good intense tingling. I know not everybody does, but this one's kind of like a medium. It's not like, you definitely feel something, but it's not too intense. And this also has a little bit of a cinnamon scent, which I really, really liked as well. So I am an affiliate with Gerard Cosmetics. I believe my code is agape, and I think it gets you 30% off, but these are items that I purchased myself. I purchased two of them. I used up my first one quite a while back, and I finally finished this one up, but I love these. I definitely think I'm going to repurchase these in the future, but for right now I have plenty of other glosses I need to use up. Again, same kind of deal. I have so much I need to use up before I consider repurchasing other things I don't need, but love these so much. Hey beauty babes, I just want to pop in and interrupt this video real quick to let you know that I'm having a surprise giveaway. This is a secret little surprise giveaway that I've put away especially for my true audience. So if you want to see what the giveaway prize is and learn how you can enter to win, there will be a video link in the description box at the probably the very bottom of my description box. So the only way you could find it is if you happen to watch this video this long and happen to see this message. So check my description box for the special link to the special surprise giveaway. All right, I have a liquid eyeliner. This is the It Cosmetics Superhero Liner. I received this in PR, and I've had this for so long. For one, because I don't tend to wear liner a ton. There was a phase where I was going through and doing wing liner like a bunch, but I really don't do wing liner that much. But anyways, so this lasted me quite a long time, and I was really, as usual, that was Lucy barging into my room. So, what was I saying? Anyways, I've had this for quite a while. I feel like my hair, why? Anyways, I've had this liner for quite a while, but this is one of my very, very favorite liners. I love it because it's like in a pin form, but the tip is actually kind of like a brush tip. So you're getting, like, for me, I don't like liquid liners where they're that long brush tip, where I feel like I have a hard time getting precise with that. I feel like I can't get my hands steady with liners like that. So I appreciate pin style liners like this where you can really get close up to the eyes. But I appreciate that this doesn't necessarily have a felt tip, because felt tips do tend to dry out quicker and get dry over when you're applying over shadow. So this having the brush tip makes it so that it's very, very opaque, but the pen makes so you can get very precise application, which I really, really appreciated. Now, the one thing I didn't like about this, and I actually did not notice this for the majority of the time I actually had used this, and I'm not quite sure why, maybe just because I didn't use it very often in the summer or what the deal was, but I remember using this liner one day in the summer during one of my son's football games. It was so hot that day. I think it was 109, and I was sweating like crazy, and this totally smudged on me, and so that right there kind of took this down a notch, because before that this was my very favorite liquid liner. And I think, if I'm being honest right now, my favorite I probably would say is the Urban Decay, their new improved version of their Perversion liquid liner because it's a lot like this, where it's the pen form, but it has the brush tip applicator just like this instead of a felt tip. But that one's waterproof, so that kind of has taken the place of this, just because this did smudge on me when I sweat. So that tells me that I think a lot of people wouldn't prefer it. If you have oily eyelids or if you sweat a lot, it's gonna smudge on you. So that was really unfortunate to me and really kind of knocked this down a peg. But before that, this was my very favorite liquid liner. All right, I have two mascaras to talk about. So speaking of the Perversion from Urban Decay, I have the Perversion Mascara. This is a really great mascara. I've talked about this before. I've used up this mascara a couple of times before. The wand is so basic, but yeah, I feel like you can get like such gorgeous lashes with this mascara. I love it. Now, I'm someone who's always talked about, I don't think you need to spend the money on high-end mascaras to have beautiful lashes, but there's no denying that the high-end mascaras perform amazingly, and this is a mascara that I think performs just beautifully. So I really like this mascara. Of course, I did receive that in PR, so I mean, I'm fortunate enough to get that mascara for free. If I think about repurchasing a new mascara, I typically go to the drugstore. I don't typically go to high-end mascaras just because I'm cheap / I'm a mother of 3 kids, so it's hard for me to spend that kind of money on myself on a mascara that, you know, most people throw away at 3 months. I usually go about 9 months before throwing them away, but you know what I mean, it is what it is. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next mascara, which is one I purchased myself, and it was from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Define-a-Lash mascara. This is my very favorite. I would consider a holy grail mascara from the drugstore. I know a lot of people probably won't like it because it has this flexy wand, which I feel like I've heard a lot of other people say they don't like that and they think it's weird, but I love that about this mascara. I feel like it makes it when you're applying to your lashes, because I take a lot of time on my lashes when I'm doing my mascara. I feel like it makes it so you can really wiggle in and really, like, you know, work your lashes, but because of the flexi tip, you're not gonna make a mess. You know, other mascaras like the Perversion one, which is great, but it's so thick, you kind of need to be careful you don't get any mascara on your eyelids because the wand is so thick. But this one's very thin. It's kind of got an hourglass shape. The bristles are more like these spiky rubber bristles, but it's very flexy. So I feel like you can really comb through your lashes. So you're getting the definition of your lashes, but it also gives a lot of lift and a little bit of volume. This is actually a mascara that I like using on its own, but it's actually really great in conjunction with mascaras like the Perversion one, or ones that give good volume. And then you can use that and then use this afterwards to give a little bit more definition and lift. Just a really great mascara. I feel like I never hear anybody talking about this mascara, but it's so good. One of my favorites from the drugstore. All right, and then I have 3 brow pencils to talk about. I may actually have more in there, I'm sure. I feel like I've been going through brow pencils like crazy. So first, let me talk about these. These 2 are from CoverGirl. One I received in PR, and I liked it so much that I ended up repurchasing it. Now, do these have the shades on it? Soft brown was the one that I think is more so my color, and I wanted to repurchase that, but all they had at my store was honey brown, but that ended up being a nice color for me. A little bit lighter than I would prefer, but a nice color for me. This is the most recent one I've used in a lot of my videos the last month. This is the brow product that you're seeing in my brow. So anyways, I think this is a great brow product. I like the consistency. It's not too dry. It's also not too waxy. It's very nice. But it used to be that I never really preferred the skinny pencils because I feel like they just run out so quickly. And you're getting such a little amount of product, and brow products I just feel like are so expensive. So I used to not like the skinny pencils for that reason, but I have come to really enjoy using them more than anything these days, just because I feel like you get such a beautiful looking brow, a more natural looking brow when you're using the skinny pencils. So anyways, I really like these. I think they're about $7, so they're very reasonably priced, and they're just really good brow products, and I would recommend this over higher end ones, just because with higher end brow products, you're getting the same amount of product or less for like triple the amount of money, and I have a hard time justifying that. Yeah, so I would recommend these ones from CoverGirl. I think they're really great. And that being said, the other brow product I have to talk about is a high-end one, and I actually do really like it, but don't know if I can justify the price because of the reasons I just said. You're really getting a minimal amount of product, and it's so expensive. But I will say that I really like this one. This is from Benefit. It's the Precisely My Brow. I did receive this from my friend Carol. She sent it to me in a makeup swap we did quite a few months back, but I had only recently pulled it out to start using it, and it's so good. I feel like the consistency of this is really great. Again, it's kind of similar to where it's not too waxy, it's not too dry, but I feel like it's a little bit more dry than the CoverGirl ones, and I actually prefer a brow product that's a little bit more on the dry side, a little less waxy. But anyways, I like the packaging. I think it's really nice. The cute, I feel like that's kind of what you're paying for. Like, look at this packaging compared to this other, you know, this is just very, very cheap plasticky packaging. This one's very, very luxe. So I feel like that's kind of what you're paying for. Of course, you're paying for the name brand of Benefit, but I feel like I did use this up very quickly, and so that makes me feel like, oh, would I really want to spend the money on the cost of this when it goes so fast? Like, I don't like that, but I do really like this brow pencil a lot. And lucky enough for me, I actually did end up receiving some PR from Benefit. I'm not on their PR list, but through Ipsy, doing this collab with Benefit, a few influencers were reached out to receive a little box of goodies from Benefit as a one-time thing or whatever. And I did get a box of some products from Benefit that did include the Precisely My Brow, and I was actually really excited to receive that because I just used this up recently, and so I was like, yay, I'll have a backup. So anyways, really do love this brow pencil. All right, next up I have a couple setting sprays. So these were the Ulta Beauty Rose Water setting sprays. These had SPF 50. So it's like a sunscreen setting spray, and these I had bought and then originally at first didn't really care for it, and then decided to give them a second chance to see what I thought, and ended up really liking them. They came in really handy, especially during the summer. I mean, you should wear SPF all year long, but I tend to really care a lot more in the summer because I am outside so much more in the summer. And so this just made it really convenient and easy to have a sunscreen to spray on that wouldn't ruin my makeup, but would in fact help set the makeup. And so I really did end up enjoying these, and I would recommend them. Now they are very like, they have a strong kind of alcohol to them, so I would recommend making sure your eyes are closed when you use these, which I think most people close their eyes when they're using setting sprays, but if you don't, or if you happen to open your eyes too soon, like, you don't want to do that. Make sure you spray your face and keep your eyes closed, and then keep them closed for a few extra seconds afterwards to make sure all the spray has, you know, dissipated into the air and is done, so you don't get in your eyes. So I would recommend that. That's the one thing I didn't really care for about these, but these do say that they are water resistant for up to 80 minutes. They have UVA, UVB protection. They're dermatology. Why was I saying that so weird? Dermatology. What's wrong with me? They're dermatologist tested, and they have a matte finish, which they do. So anyways, I really enjoyed these, considering, like I said, I was outside so much in the summer, especially for like my son's football games and things like that. It was just nice to have a setting spray that, you know, was all those things and things like that. So let's move on. Oh my goodness, I'm so frustrated with myself. I thought I was filming, but I just was talking for like the last 4 minutes and was not filming. So I'm going to try to redo it again. My timer has ended, but I'm going to try to get through this and in this video. So I have some wipes, makeup remover wipes. So I've talked about before, I'm gonna feel so stupid because I've just said all of this, and I'm gonna try to say this again. Anyways, I've talked about before how I'm not someone who really likes to use a lot of makeup wipes very often. I tend to really love using my makeup eraser instead, but I will buy makeup remover wipes. I like to have them on hand for when I'm doing a lot of swatches and things like that, or if I'm just being very absolutely lazy or just too tired at the end of the night and just really want to do something quick. But anyways, I try not to use them very often, and all of these wipes are wipes that I finished up over like the last it's been several months or whatever since I finished these up. So there are 5 here, but you know, it took me a long time to use them up because I don't use them on the daily or the regular or anything like that. Anyways, let me just tell you, these 3 I have from Ulta Beauty. I purchased myself. These are their on-the-go cleansing makeup remover towelettes. These are for their sensitive skin versions. They have vitamin E and vitamin B5. Now these aren't the the best deal for a makeup removing wipe. You're getting 25 wipes and they're $12. And that price is not the greatest. I think if you're really looking for a good deal, the ones from Walmart in the blue bag, they're the Equate brand. I think you're getting like 40 wipes for about $5 or maybe a little bit less. That's like the best deal you can get for a makeup removing wipe, and I would recommend just getting that. Plus they're like more easily available than Ulta. But the reason why I buy these ones is because I do in general like these wipes quite a bit, but I like to buy them because they help me rack up my Ulta points and things like that. So when I am buying stuff that I kind of need anyways, I'll try to see if I can get it at Ulta rather than anywhere else, just to help boost my points. And I also like to buy them when it's buy two or buy one get one free. So getting 50 wipes for $12 is a lot more of a reasonable price to me, and so that's what I usually do, and that's what I would recommend. So I did get these on a buy one get one free deal, and so I had purchased 4 of them. 3 of them being the sensitive wipes, and then this last set was from Ulta, the Ulta brand as well, but it's their charcoal cleansing wipes with charcoal and green tea extract, and I was just really curious to give these ones a try, but I will say I didn't really like them that much. I felt like these ones are a little bit too dry, and I didn't find they were as effective as removing my makeup as the sensitive skin ones. And also in addition to that, because those ones are a little bit more for sensitive skin, like they're very much more gentle, whereas I felt like these are dry and a little bit more rough and just didn't do the job. Also, these are a black cloth, and I feel like this is totally placebo effect, but there's something about being able to see the makeup being removed and see the residue on the white cloth that is very satisfying. You feel like you know it's doing a good job. Whereas this one, because the cloth is black, you couldn't really see much of the residue on the cloth, so I felt like that was disappointing too. Like I didn't like that. Like I'm like, is this removing my makeup or is it not? You know what I mean? So for that, I didn't really like that. I won't repurchase these ones, but I will eventually repurchase these ones, I'm sure, down the line. I haven't needed to repurchase them recently because I do have some other makeup wipes from PCA Skincare that I am using up, but because like I said, I don't use makeup wipes very often, I go through them very slowly, and so I will eventually repurchase these, but I just haven't yet. And then lastly, I have these Step Zero cleansing wipes from SLMD. I received these in PR, and they're kind of expensive wipes. I can't remember the price, but you are getting 30 wipes. But even still, I didn't find anything about these was so stand out that I would justify the price of these, you know, and recommend them. Like I said, I feel like if you really want a good deal, there's other makeup wipes you can get and it's a better deal. There was just nothing super stand out about these that I felt like they were worth the price. Now, if you watch my beauty replay video, I talked about the PCA skincare wipes, and those ones are actually very expensive, but those wipes do stand out to me. Those wipes, I feel like the price, while I don't like the price, I wish they were cheaper, makes sense because in my opinion, those wipes are absolutely magical. There's something so magical about those wipes, something that I've never felt like any other wipe has done. I just think they're so good. I really love them, and so no other wipe is stand out to me like those. But anyways, I talked all about those wipes in my beauty replay video, so if you want to hear about those wipes, you can watch that video. But there wasn't anything magic about these wipes, so I wouldn't repurchase them with my own money. All right, and lastly, I have this Pixi Skin Treats Glow Mud Cleanser. This has 5% glycolic acid as well as aloe vera. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. It is one of my favorite skincare products from Pixi. It's almost like a mud mask, and I think you could use it as a mud mask, but it's a cleanser, so it's kind of thick like a mud mask would be, but you wash your face with it, and it's supposed to be a deep purifying cleanser as well as an exfoliator, and that's where the glycolic acid comes in. And I do definitely feel like when I use this, my skin definitely looked radiant and glowing and felt very well exfoliated, yet very gently exfoliated. It's not like super rough like a physical exfoliant is. It's very nice. My skin always felt soft and just beautiful when I use this. I really love this, really recommend this. I love how gentle yet effective it is, and I do believe I actually have another one of these in my skincare collection right now. I haven't opened it up to continue using it because I am working on using other products I don't want this to interfere with or anything like that, but really love this. I love a lot of Pixi Beauty's skincare products. And this is among one of my favorites. But anyways, that's it for this video. My timer has already gone off. I already had to refilm this last little bit, so hopefully I didn't go over in time too much. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and hearing my thoughts after using up all of these products. But anyways, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!